Hello everyone, TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 34 of our FTB OceanBlock Let's Play series, where today we're working on a super simple automation for both our living rock and living wood and our Botania Endoflame mana production. So yeah, let's get started. All right, welcome back to Oil Rig TheAndrata, in which today we're going to continue working on Botania. You can see I've kind of run some refined storage cables down to this area. I think today I'm going to work on getting this automated, the Pure Daisy. We're going to automate this guy so that we can get, living rock and living wood, taken care of, fully automated. So we don't have to worry about those two anymore. And then we'll progress and see where we end up at the end of it. Before we do that, though, I just want to point out it doesn't look too great, but I did expand our what is this, mystical agriculture area here. So we have let's see, I planted the mystical flowers, we have the mana steel, I planted the iron seeds because I just went through our system and seen what seeds we had gotten as rewards. So I planted iron seeds, steel, coal, and wheat. And yeah, so we have those going for us. I do want to go ahead and work on making at some point fluorite seeds and uranium seeds, because we're going to be diving into mechanism eventually, and maybe even like sulfur seeds. And I've been looking in our system here, and like sulfur, we're okay. We have 13,000, so we may not need the sulfur seeds. But uranium, we only have 4,000 uranium ingots, which you may think, I guess we do have 1,000 uranium dust that we should probably get processing here. Yeah, you can do the dusts, right? Yeah, that's fine. You can do the dusts. I think we also have like grit. I don't want these to be in there permanently, but like we're doing stuff with them, so I want to get them, get those things processed so they're out of there. But anyway, we're going to need a bunch of uranium and fluorite. And fluorite, we have none. We have absolutely zero, nada, zilch with our fluorite. In order to get that, we actually have to sieve fluorite. We need to sieve gravel with an iron or cloth mesh. So we pretty much, we did iron for a while, but as soon as we could, we upgraded to gold. And then obviously into diamond as well. And we never really ran with the iron one for, I don't think, terribly too long. We jumped to gold pretty much as soon as we could. And so with that having happened, we don't really have, we don't have any fluorite in the system. So I need to get some, to be honest with you. Like we need a little bit of fluorite. So I'm going to go ahead and actually take this mesh out of here like so. And we're just going to get an iron mesh. And we can let that run because in order to get the seeds, I need some fluorite. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and throw this iron mesh in there, and then hopefully we'll get some seeds going. And we can put the diamond mesh in our inventory, and I just have to remember to come back and swap that out. I have to remember to come back and swap that out. We'll see how that works. Let's see. Is it nighttime? Can I sleep? I have been AFKing for quite a while because I planted all those seeds. And if we look at like the coal essence, we have 671 coal essence, which means I AFK'd for quite a while, as in 22 hours ago, because that's the last time I touched this. So it's been 22 hours of AFKing. Anyway, we got some quests from mystical agriculture because I grabbed seeds. I think it's just from the coal seeds, right? Yep. I made those ones because I figured might need some coal for mystical agriculture or for Botania. So let's see, what do we get? Another obsidian boat, just what we've always wanted. But yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and go to our pattern grid here. Oh, by the way, I also lastly upgraded to gold crafters here. Took care of those. And then in all of our things, I added 2 emerald upgrades because, and I taught the system how to make those drawers, emerald upgrades, because when we get into draconic, when we get to the end game, all these singularities, I'm just really nervous we're not going to have enough of stuff, and then I'm going to have to AFK for a while. And we'll have to see where we end up with all this stuff. So I have upgraded everything with 2 emeralds. That's 64 a stack limit of 576 of each of these. We may even bump that up. Like I might put 2 more emeralds in each of these, which would bump it up to like 1,020. Well, these also have gold in them. Like let's see, what if I just did this one? That bumps you up to 832, and this should be like 1,000. Yeah, because these also have the gold upgrade in them. I could even take the gold upgrade out. I might just max these out. We have emeralds. We have quite a few. If we look at emeralds, we got 2,000, 2.2 thousand. So I might just make a bunch more and just max these out so that they never, even though they're voiding, they'll never get to the voiding stage. We'll see what happens. But yeah, anyway, that being said, continuing on with Botania. So we need to come over here, and I want to teach the system how to make the destructor and the constructor, so we can get these things automated, so we can get living wood and living rock processed for us. And I also want to get a detector, or 2. Really, it would be 2. I don't think I've made these yet, so let's go ahead and teach the system how to make this as well. Yep, that's you. And we can just drop that into our gold crafters, which now have plenty of crafting room. Plus, they'll do things faster because of their increased speed. So we need 2 detectors, and then we're going to need each of the destructor and constructor. And destructor. Bam, bam. And 2 detectors. Where's my detectors? Damn. And then, oh, by the way, again, another update. I added this requester here to request 256 sticks, planks, and logs, because I was making those upgrades and I needed sticks, and I just got tired of having to actually manually craft them all. So we'll always have 256 of each of those available to us at all times. And you can see that if we scroll down here into our section 256, 264, and 319. It won't go below that, but obviously if we get extra, it'll go above it. From what I understand, also Florentine or Electrotine, we're going to need a lot of from ProjectRed. To make some singularities. Is that a thing? Someone had mentioned we need a lot of this stuff. Electrotine iron compound. Alloy. I don't see where all this is going to be used a lot of. Yes, maybe not. Okay, anyway, continuing. So, and it's finally nighttime, so we can sleep. So what we're going to do is automate real quick the pier daisy. And it's fairly simple to do so. Basically, we don't need this one. We're going to get rid of this guy, and we're going to get rid of this guy. Oh, and that also reminds me, in the comments, someone had mentioned that Mechanism has the atomic disassembler. I always forget this thing exists. I kind of want to make it and see how it is. I've never actually used it before because I always forget that it exists, but it's a multi-tool that does all the stuff for you. I wouldn't need to have either, both of these. I could just use this. And it has controllable speed, so we can get the speed out of like we have with the flux bore, but also chop down logs and stuff without having to have a mattock. So it's on our to-do list. We'll get to it. What I'm looking for now, though, is dirt. Dirt. Okay. And then where we're going to place these is probably going to be here and here. So let's go ahead and actually, we're not going to do that because the constructor is going to go somewhere on this loop. So we can take the dirt, and we don't need, yes, you could do all of these as auto crafting, so we could set up constructors for each one of these spots and do it. But honestly, since it's going to be automated and it runs every minute, we're going to get 1 living wood and living rock a minute. And if I were to AFK for 22 hours again, we'd have a lot. That's a lot of minutes. What is that? I don't know. There's a song about that, but I can't remember what it is. Anyway, a lot of minutes in there. So what are we going to do? Well, we need to pop down here, and we're going to place our destructors such that they face this block here, because not this block, such that they face this block, because that is where the that's okay. That's where the block is going to get placed that we're going to need to grow, right? Or convert. So let's pop down here and take our destructor. That's our constructor and an exporter. What? Destructor. Did I make an exporter instead of a destructor earlier by accident? I also need 2 of these. Having all this stuff requested and being sitting in our system is fantastic. Okay, so we have a destructor, and the dirt can stay there for now. That's fine. It'll validate that this thing is working if we leave the dirt there. And a destructor. And then we're going to want some cables, and I'm going to run the cables over this way. Bam, bam, bam. And yep, you connected there, so we can do this and this. And I am in the way, and there we go. And they kicked on because I didn't turn them off, but it worked. So we can just fill this gap in here, some dirt. Come on, land. There we go. And there we go. So that's the destructor, right? Now we need to get the constructor. So what we're going to do is actually turn these off and let them only work with the redstone signal. So I'm not going to do anything. We can place our dirt back, and then we can put the constructors on top, or the constructors, depending on how you want to say it. And then we're going to place our cables, run them across, bam, and then we can connect this right over here. And that is connected. So now all we have to do is place our pier daisy back down, which we can do right here, and tell it what to do. So what do we need? We need stone. We need oak logs, which we have. We need living wood. Bam. And we need living rock. So with these, what we're going to do is say, okay, constructor, you are going to place stone, okay? And you are going to place logs. And down here, you, destructor, are going to break living wood. And you are going to be on whitelist. Only thing you can break is living wood. And if we come over here, same concept applies. We go here and we say, destructor, you're going to be on whitelist as well. And you're going to break living rock. So in theory, that is literally it. It is automated. So if I break this dirt and I were to turn the destructors back on, because they are set to, redstone, only work with a redstone signal. So we do that. As soon as they convert, you can see that destructor did not break that log because, it's only allowed to break what it says that it's allowed to break. And as soon as it converts over, which it should do fairly soon, especially if I tick accelerate this, and we can watch it, it'll break it. Bam, and placed. You see it? It went quick. This one was delayed because it was placed later. But yeah, look at it. And there we go. Automated living wood and living rock production. Super simply. Now, what we want to do, though, is we don't need that much living wood and living rock. Like, we don't need, 10,000 of them. We need maybe like 128 of them, which is where the detectors come in. So we have these detectors, and what we're going to do is set these up next to the constructors. And I know it doesn't look the greatest in the world. There's not much we can do about that part. Maybe if we get like, let's get some stone bricks. I don't know. We can kind of put it on the brick at least so it gives it some semblance of, something. I don't know. We put this detector here because that'll bridge the connection. And we can say, okay, we want you to emit a redstone signal when you are the living wood one, right? When living wood is less than 128. So when you are under 128, you're going to emit a redstone signal. And then you are going to do the same thing for our living rock, less than 128. Not that much, 128. So both of these should be on because we have less than 128 of each of these. And then we'll say, constructor, you only work when you have a redstone signal. Same thing with you. You only work when you have a redstone signal. So as long as this thing is on, these things will place their block and it'll do the construction and the destructor will do its thing. If these things turn off, which they will if we were to, set this to like 10, it'll do its final one. It'll finish this. The destructor will do its thing. And then these will just sit here empty, waiting for more stuff to go. And now that I'm thinking about it, would this be smarter for us to place these on the destructors? That way they won't break the living wood or the living rock unless they lose the redstones or they gain a redstone signal. But it means that this process will have already been done. So like if we're only missing one or whatever, we don't have to wait Though then again, are we ever going to really use 128 living wood and living rock? I don't think so. So I think this is going to be fine. That if you do need a bunch of this stuff, that would be a way to, I guess, just speed it up a hair. It's not going to speed it up by much, but yeah, that is automated living wood and living rock. We don't have to do anything with it anymore. It is ready, set, and go. I mean, we have an extra pure daisy, which is why I only made one pure daisy in the first, or I only wanted one pure daisy in the first place, because I was going to do this, and then I decided, hey, whatever. So this can just chill here, and that's going to be good for its home, and we can move our petal apothecary over just a little bit. Now, is Mythic Botany in here? Do we have Mythic Botany, which is the expansion? No. I believe Mythic Botany adds a flower that will automatically refill your petal apothecary, which is pretty dang awesome. But can't we can pipe into this, but I don't know if that's necessary. I think we can pipe into the bottom of this. Yeah, I don't know if that's necessary. Oh, by the way, we're also going to be, I'm going to add this to our to-do list too. We're going to be expanding our aqueous accumulator setup here. One aqueous accumulator, though, working great. I don't know if that's going to be good enough when we get into mechanism with the reactor, because we don't have sinks available to us. So we're going to be setting up an array of these, and we can just have them go down and then leave a gap and then go down so that they all have their source blocks that they want next to them, or even side by side would work fine because they have source blocks here. Then we can just set up a bunch of them, like 10, 15, all linked up to this pipe into here, and that should be fine. Then we can even probably upgrade this to the netherite tier for this pipe, or switch over to mechanism for piping. Probably a better idea. Anyway, so continuing with Botania. So I have a little bit of mana here. I didn't really do a whole lot of this part in between episodes. I just got the endo flames that we needed made, but I didn't give them a bunch of coal. Basically, the only coal that these got was the coal blocks that I dropped, because I wanted to get the coal seeds made so that we could do that part. So let's go ahead and get, what do I have? 8. Let's get 8 coal blocks so that these guys can just, do their thing while we're doing other stuff, right? So if we go look in our quest book, our next step after that, it basically is telling you, hey, figure out mana on your own. And then after that, you need to get yourself a runic altar. Okay, so that's what we're going to do next. We're going to get a runic altar. Ender pearls, we have infinite of. We also have infinite diamonds, so it doesn't really matter which one we do. So we're going to do both just because we can. What we're going to do is grab some diamonds, some ender pearls. Let's just ender pearls to... And we're going to try and convert as many of these things as we can with the little bit of mana that we have over to their stuff. And that's it. That's all we had enough mana for. Basically, right now, we need to wait, but we got enough. We only needed the one, essentially, right, for the moment. Let's go ahead and put these here and get ourselves a runic altar. Because all that requires is living rock, boop, and a mana pearl or mana diamond. Looks, we have some mana diamonds in the system, so we can go ahead and make the runic altar. Now, the runic altar is going to require us to give it mana with a mana spreader. So we would need to get another mana spreader to point at the runic altar. But the runic altar is super easy to automate from what I've seen. It can be complicated to automate, but it's also easy. So let's see, what are we going to need to actually get this thing automated? First off, we need more mana. So let's see, what options do we have for automating our mana? Let me, generally in the past, I've done it fairly simply with the open crate from Botania, which just requires some living wood planks, which just requires us to turn some of our living wood into living wood planks. We had an open crate, and the thing with the open crate is what it does is it drops items that get put into it. So it literally just drops it straight down. Bam. Super easy, super simple. And from there, what I've done is set up a lever or a pressure plate that this will drop like a block of coal on. Pressure plate triggers a redstone signal, which triggers the open crate to either drop or not drop. And I've used create to do so with the redstone links that create has. No create in this. So we have two options. We can either do a like vanilla style where we get the plate and we run redstone up to, isn't ProjectRed in here? Isn't ProjectRed a redstoney mod? Well, obviously it's a redstoney mod, but isn't it, just thinking with ProjectRed, couldn't we just easily run, like, I don't know. Like if I were to set this up here, say like this, right? And we were to put this guy here, he's going to drop here. So we would get rid of this endo flame, which I want to wait for him to finish his thing. And we can put a lever or a pressure plate here, which should trigger this block. Or we could put the ProjectRed stuff here. I wonder. Let's go. Let's go see if we can automate coal mana dropping, mana processing. ProjectRed. I've actually never used this. I know this is an old mod that has been in Minecraft for a while, and it has been updated for this current version, but personally have never used it. But I know of it. I've seen Direwolf use it in past Let's Plays. I think his FTB Revelations Let's Play, he used it quite heavily. But anyway, there is what's called alloy wire, right? That's what I'm looking for. Yes, red alloy wire. This is the stuff I want. Maybe more, but at least for now, this is what I want. And then red alloy ingots is going to be this smelting recipe of this, which is this. Okay, so you are going to go into our smelting factory, sir. And then, no, I'm sorry. You go in the smelting factory, and then the rest of you are standard crafts. So if I say I want some red alloy wire, you should have no problem doing this, and it should be fairly quick because we have upgraded machines over there, right? Yes, and it finished. So if I get a pressure plate, oak pressure plate, and that works fine, and I were to just to experiment, you know, we took this over here and we set this up here, and can I run red alloy wire here? No. Can I run it on the back side? Going up? Yes. And if I put something on there, because it's this block below it that is the active block. So if I did something like this, no, I want you to face the other way, please. I have to do it like that? No, sir. Okay, if I do this, it should be fine. If I do something like that, come on. Does that light up? No. Do I have to actually hook it to that block? I do. Okay. So, just trying to think, because ideally what I would need is to get the signal to this block. How can I go about doing that in a way that is not absolutely just ugly? Because I could do it like this, but that does not look, you know, super duper great. But it works. And it's a full redstone signal. It's a full power signal. No, I was like, what was that sound? It was that thing processing. What else is in ProjectRed? What other options are there? They're like wireless power, or wireless redstone. That'd be nice. I doubt it though. Nope. Cathode, pointer, anode, bundled plate, latches, repeaters. What if, you know what if I did this? All right, so let's remove this. What if I were to do something like this? I put my dirt back down here, and then we add this to that, and then we can add this there. Is that going to go through? Will that work? No, it's not actually transferring the signal to this. Oh, so you know what? Is that even going to work? Do we need something else on the end in order for this to actually transmit through the block? Or no, it probably just needs to touch the block. So I am going to end up having to do something like so. Okay. Let's go see what we can do in the actual area where we're wanting to do stuff. It's not going to look the greatest, but we can kind of sort of try and hide it. Oh, this cannot be vein mined either. Slight bummer. Okay. Dirt. So if we were to break this and put our pressure plate here. Okay, so you have power. And we come back here and we say, hey, red alloy wire, go ahead and do the thing. So you're going to get your signal. You can come up here. Yeah, but I can't put a block there now. So if we do this. So now if I drop something on that plate, we should get redstone all the way up there, right? Yes, and it's going to trigger that. Now, does this trigger, does the, this guy trigger when it's on or off? Because when it's on, I don't want it to drop. Let's get a hopper. And go ahead and put the dirt in there. It dropped too fast. Let's get them. No, that's the band of aura. Where's my magnet? Let's take the magnet and put it away for the moment. Yeah, see, it's dropping 2, which is what I don't want. I just want it to drop 1. What if there's already 1 on there and then I put this on there? Yeah, see, this is the second one in there. Yes. Okay, so this does work. The theory is valid. It definitely works. It's just so we'd have to put 1 block there to kick it off, and then from there it'll work. And so what'll happen is it won't drop more while this is sitting here. Yes, because this item will eventually despawn. Coal will fall. That doesn't need to if the endo flames don't need to eat it. I get that part, but in theory, this process will work. So if we were actually to grab coal, and we could do this with like an ender chest set up for coal if we wanted to. So if I drop 1 coal, they're going to eat it. Actually, and you know what? It'll do its thing. I probably should make that a little closer so it's not dropping 2. Yeah, let's only have this have a 1 gap. And I think that's why it's dropping 2, because the fall time is making it, well, drop more than 1. Where's my hopper? I forgot I don't have my magnet on. So we put this here. And then we get our hopper, place it. Can we run the alloy wire on the hopper? It would turn off the hopper is the issue. So never mind. So we place that there. Yeah, see now that gap of 1 works. So this is this automated. And we could put, like I said, an ender chest with coal in here and it'll pull. I believe this will actually pull from anything. So I don't know if you need the hopper necessarily. It may pull from an inventory above. Don't know. But anyway, we have mana being produced, which means we can then, I can probably make some of these mana diamonds. Probably not the whole stack, but we got 10 mana diamonds. So anyway, that's basic automation of the mana production. I like it. Super simple. And with the red alloy wire, I mean, it doesn't look the greatest. Wireless would be even better, but I don't think that there's any wireless redstone. Wireless receiver, access points, draconic crystals, transmitters. Yeah, I don't see anything necessarily wireless redstone-y, so I think this is going to be our best solution. Maybe I could put a cover on here. No, because this isn't refined storage wiring, so it's not going to help me at all. So doesn't look absolutely the greatest, but if we look at it from here, hey, look, it looks great. But anyway, yeah, so that is the end of today's episode. So if you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Next episode, I'm going to let this run so we can get some mana produced in there and everything, so that we can start working on automating the runic altar. And that's our next step, is getting the runic altar automated so we can start making the runes, which means we can start making all kinds of things in Botania. And I'm pumped for it. So, yeah, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.